everyone. Welcome to my Wednesday Lunch and Learn. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about traveling. My name is Angela Newby, and I am in Kentucky. I'm a retired teacher and realtor, co-owner of Calumet Realty. And my husband and I just got back from a fabulous trip that I'm going to tell you about in just a minute. We are also travel advisors. So if you have any interest in traveling, reach out to either me or Scott, and we'll be happy to guide you and invite you on some of our group trips that we're going to be doing over the next few years. So we just got back from a really fabulous Christmas market cruise in Europe. It's a river cruise. It was our very, very first river cruise, and we had an amazing time. It probably chalks up to our top 3 vacations of all time. So we really, really enjoyed it. And so much so that we have already held space for next year's Christmas market. So the first week of December next year, if that's of interest to you at all, reach out to me. I'll be posting an album this week on my profile, so you can see that and see what all you missed if you don't go. So anyways, these are my top tips for travel. And then specifically, I'm going to talk a little bit about our trip to Europe. So that might help you. These are not all the tips. These are just the ones that I am just now thinking of that as I packed things away after unpacking our suitcase, I'm like, oh, I need to tell people not forget this. So here we go. The first thing that I definitely recommend, and no, I don't have any affiliate links for any of this stuff. You can just Google, or if you know a friend that has an affiliate for any of these things, you can do that. But if you just Google these items, you'll be able to find them. The first thing I love whenever we travel are these e-bags. So they're packing cubes. And the advantage to this for me is I'm a pre-planner. So I like to start planning, a week, maybe sometimes 2 before a trip. If it's someplace that if it's not something that, like, for example, now I don't need some of the winter wear that I packed. So I had it packed in a packing cube before we went. Or likewise, if we're traveling in the winter, going someplace tropical, like we will the first week of January, I don't have those things in my dresser drawers right now, so I can pack way ahead of time because I don't have shorts and stuff out that I'm wearing right now. So these packing cubes, let me show you a little bit about them. They come in lots of different sizes. I have a blue set and a pink set, blue for Scott, pink for me. I use these more than him. Just because I like them. He just kind of folds everything and put in his suitcase, and he's happy like that. But I like the efficiency of these because I can pack my clothes, and then when we get to the resort location, just put it in the drawer and unzip it and not have to unpack everything into that drawer. It's just all there ready for me, as well as I can pre-pack. So I have a really big size. I think I got like a combo pack. And the way these work is you fold up, or actually roll. I roll my clothes because it takes up less space. I've kind of found that out over the years. And then it has the top that is kind of a net here, and that allows you to, when you roll and stuff it and zip it, you can push it down and the air comes out, and it kind of like is a little space maker for you. So it makes everything more compact. It does make it heavy in that you don't know how much you have here. So that's one thing I meant to bring out was a luggage scale. But a luggage scale is something you really should invest in for home, that if you travel a lot, because that way it gives you kind of an idea. Like we kept our luggage at between 30 and 40 pounds when we were traveling to Europe, because even though we had a 50-pound limit, we knew that we would be shopping and getting some souvenirs, and we wanted to allow space for that. I'll tell you more about that in a second. But so I have the bigger size here. So that's usually where I put like my pants, shorts, things like that. And then I have 2 big ones, and I put the other one with my tops, sweaters, that sort of thing that I'm going to be wearing. And then I have a medium size one. Usually I put this for undies and bras. And then the last little small one I use for socks, usually socks or swimsuits, that sort of thing. So I have 3 different sizes, and I love them. You can also use these for your makeup. I also use one of these in my carry-on for my headphones and all the adapters and plugs and chargers and things that I need for that. So that was really helpful, just to be able to pull it out really easily when I'm on the plane right as we're getting ready to sit down. So packing cubes, these are a brand called E-Cubes. There are other brands out there, but this is a really good one. So I've used them a lot over the past, I don't know, 8 to 10 years and love them. So packing cubes, that's definitely a must. The second thing, if you're going to be flying and may want to nap, I use a neck pillow. The thing I love about these is that you can latch them around the top of your backpack or carry on, whatever you have. I like to use, I should have brought the backpack. I forgot that too. I have a really good backpack that I found. I'll show you another day that. But this is, it hooks onto the outside of your backpack or carry on, or you can stuff it inside if you want to. I don't mind having it outside, and then I just clean it with before I clean up when I get home. I'm really funny about when I travel. When I get home, I clean out. Scott probably laughs at me. I clean our shoes. I clean the suitcases on the outside. I clean the wheels of the suitcase. I clean anything that was outside with these Clorox Kleenex because, I don't know where it's been and what it's touched, and I just want it to be clean in my house. So, but this neck pillow is great because it allows you to kind of nap if you want to without slouching over with your friend and having a hurt neck. So a neck pillow is a good one. This one I like because it's, some of them are really hard. This one's kind of cushy. I don't know what it has, like little bitty, feels like little little styrofoam micro beads in it, but I like it. And we have a thicker one too, as well. So a neck pillow, that's another thing you might want to get. This is what I have always used not always, but in the past few years, I've used this. It's a little belt bag. This one is from Lululemon, but there's lots of different brands out there. I like it because it allows me to have my things in my seat with me easily, so I can have my phone and my chapstick, because I'm a big chapstick person, and a little place to put tickets or whatever if you're like us and like your boarding pass is printed out. I know some of you young people like them just electronically, but here's why we always print ours out. Because one time we were in a panic because we couldn't get our internet to work on our phone, and then we couldn't get our boarding pass. So I know we're old. We're 50. How old am I now? 56, and he's 60 something. But we like our boarding passes printed out. So if you're like us, you'll want something so you can have it close by. But this is good. They use these now, the young people do, or people as shoulder bags, however you want to wear it. But a little belt bag like this. But what I found, my passport kind of goes in there, but not as well. And if you travel in Europe, there's one thing you need to be aware of is that pickpocket people are real. And one thing we've learned over the years, not because we felt victim, but we know of people who have felt victim to this. You want to keep things under your clothes or under your coat or very close by, because they're sneaky. Those pickpocketers are sneaky, and they look just like you and me, so you don't know who they are. I found this next little find at Kohl's like the week before we left recently, and it looks like this. It's a little wallet, so and I like the pattern on it. It's a good year-round kind of floral. It's a little wallet on a string, I guess you call it. I don't know what you call it, a purse, wallet, purse, I don't know. But it has a little pocket out here for my phone, and that can snap really nicely. But inside, it's a wallet. So it allowed me to put on our little cards, which that's another thing we got these RFD sleeves, because now cards, you can scan them so easily. And if someone's right beside you, they can scan your card. So you get those little sleeves. I'll have to show those. There's going to be a part 2 of this video. I can just tell. So I'll do a part 2 another day. But it allows you to put your ID and your cards and everything in there. And there's a little zipper for money in there and a big spot here. And guess what I put in here? My passport. Now, they say you don't have to carry your passport when you're in a foreign country, but we do. We just, unless we're on a cruise line and have like an ID or something and just getting off on a little island. But if we're going all the way through Europe like we did on the river cruise, we kept our passport on us because you just never know. And it was new to us. We'd never been on a river cruise. We didn't know how things worked. We've been in Europe just real briefly, but nothing like this. So we kept our passport handy. And so this was really good because it allowed me to hang it over my shoulder and put it under my clothes, or actually I put it under my coat, and it worked really well to keep the pickpocketers away and keep us safe and secure abroad. And let us put our money in there, because we did at the airport, we exchanged our currency for local currency for euros, because it made it a lot easier. It's another tip. Cashier, that's another, you need to know this. It takes if you go to your bank and you want to allow for currency exchange, it takes a couple weeks before you leave to get that sometimes, or you can just do it at any international airport. It's just a small fee, not much, but it was worth it to have the currency. The other thing we have is this little bad boy, and this was actually given to us we flew United Airlines on the way there. They gave us this, and in the past when we've gone to Europe, they just kind of the next day, when you wake up, because you sleep overnight, you fly overnight and hopefully sleep a little bit. They wake you up with like a wash rag, and this one is not opened. I'm having struggles here. But you don't usually get this extent of I guess you call it a beauty kit, wake up kit. I don't know what you call it, but if I can get this open, it's stuck. Let's see here. Well, I'll just have to tell you what's in it. The little string is stuck in there. Maybe if I back it up, let me in. Inside this, there we go. I got it. So inside this little, it's called a Therabody, and I'm assuming it's probably just sponsors of the airline that contributed to this. So it came with a little thing called a TheraFace, which is it's a towelette and a lip balm and hand cream. And then they give you tissues for, like Kleenexes. And this is from the airline. Earplugs in case you want to sleep and people are being too noisy around you for some reason. Because some people will listen to videos and things on their phone or on the TV and don't use headphones for one reason or another. Or maybe they're a child and they have a video game and they just don't use headphones. So if you want to sleep and all that's going around, you want to have some type of headphones or earplugs. This is a little dental kit. So it's a little teeny tiny tube of toothpaste and a little toothbrush. It's like a bamboo one. A nice little mask, a sleep mask. And then a nice pair of sleep socks that have a little slip resistant bottom. So this is really handy, and this is with United. And I think they only do this for overnight flights. So if you're just doing a 2-hour flight and you're thinking you might get a little goodie bag, you don't. And they also had a blanket and a pillow, which we left because I don't think you're supposed to take those. But that was really helpful and really nice. So if you're a person who doesn't know if your flight will have something like this, this was a really good thing you could pack and stick it in your backpack or overnight or carry on, because if you are on an overnight flight, you will kind of want to freshen up the next morning before you get off. And then the last thing that I want to tell you is if you are going to a winter climate like we did, we started in, where did we start? Budapest, Hungary. And then we rode up the Danube River to more north and ended up in Germany. So it was kind of warm. It wasn't too much cooler than it was here in Kentucky when we left. But by the time we ended, it was, they'd had 2 foot of snow in Munich, Germany, and it was colder. So we packed long underwear, which was a game changer. The brand that we like is Lands' End. We get these from Lands' End, and they're really thin, so it doesn't constrict your movement, doesn't make you too hot, and does a really good job of keeping you warm. The trick for staying warm in winter is layering up. So at the coldest part, I had on a t-shirt, my long johns, and then I think I had a flannel shirt, and that kept me plenty warm enough under my coat without being too hot. So definitely thermals, long underwear, whatever you want to call it, are a must if you're going to be going on a river cruise. So those are my tips that I wanted to share with you today about our travel adventure. I hope you enjoyed. If you watched my stories and followed along, or if you go back through and look at my album and find the pictures, I hope you enjoyed watching them. More importantly, I would love for you to join us next year. Just let me know. You can message me or comment below, and I'll reach out to you with information as soon as we get it. You all have a very nice rest of your day and a wonderful week. And in case I don't see you before, have a very merry and happy Christmas. Bye.